Alright guys, welcome back. We've had a long absence. A lot of stuff has went down. Playoffs are about to start. New people run the show. This is Austin LaQuire from Dallas, Texas, baby.
Yes,
hometown. James is absent. He went on a little trip, so miss you, buddy. Love you. Hope you're safe. Don't do bad things. Austin's got your back. Also from the same town of Euless Trinity.
Euless Trinity, yes sir.
And you are a game supervisor. Talk to me about what you do during a regular night of basketball or softball, and what we have to, the stresses you go through, and what we put you through.
Well, my main job, of course, is one, to keep the stats and to keep the score, which is probably one of the easier things of my night. But also controlling both the players and the crowd, maybe talking to a player if you feel like what they're saying to the referees is ill-advised, inappropriate, really learning how to deal with the players outside of a reffing state, I guess.
So would you say that you're a conflict solver?
I would like to say so. I mean, at least I try to be. Some people, work better with the conflict solving than others. Some people, they just think they're right all the time, which, I mean, I understand. I like being right too, but I'm not there to be right or to be wrong. I'm there to enforce the rules. And some people, they either think they're above the rules or above the law, which, I mean, you're not, no offense. But, I mean, it can get stressful at times, especially during a game that can get highly competitive.
Right.
Which we'll talk about those here in a little bit.
And
Good Squad in the Mafia. But, yeah. That's
and people also know you as Juicy Fruit from Pitch Slap, the famous team founded by Melvin Ray Stafford. Talk to me about what her loss meant and how you guys reconstructed your team to replace her.
Well, we knew once we lost Sarah that was going to be a major loss for our team, because any girl that you can have that was as good as she was is a major key to the team.
Major key.
Luckily for us, our head coach, Melvin Stafford, is a pretty good recruiter himself.
We talked about Melvin on the show. They compared him to Nick Saban. I thought that was a little unfair. Nick Saban's...
I would say a little bit more than a little, but...
Yeah, he's a little bit of the upper echelon.
I'll give him his fair share. He's a good recruiter. He replaced her very well.
And he recruits very aggressively. Like, from the time football is over, he is all in to get your player. I love it. I think it's a good strategy, and it works.
I had a lot of questions being asked me, last semester, oh, man, Melvin's already recruiting? I'm just like, I mean, I guess so. He's just trying to get that shirt, which I don't blame him because I'm on his team, So we got some standings here. I'm going to go through some of these real quick. I don't have every team, so I apologize if your team is not on here. Either I felt like y'all didn't play enough games yet,
or you can at me on Twitter and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
TJH3_. If you want to talk about it, let me know.
So I'll start out with the correct standings. We got ATO and AKO, Pitch Slap, and Goodwood, all 2-0. Though this division takes place on Thursdays, we got I'd Hit That, Pi Kappa Phi, and Alcoholics all at 0-2.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I love the name I'd Hit That. That's fantastic. That's smart.
Speaking of names, a lot of these names are very, very clever, to say the least. We got another softball division that takes place on Mondays with Master Batters leading with the 2-0 record. We got Zeta and Sigma Nu at 1-0. We got Bad Pitches Only at 1-0-1. They tied with Accidentally Awesome, which I mentioned earlier. And we got Caught Looking is 1-1. Del Cayo and Repeats, both 0-2.
I think with Accidentally Awesome, I do think they're going to make a serious playoff run. I think they're just a little flat right now. So
they got a lot of new players this year.
A lot of new faces. Kelliford Ainsworth, one of our own.
Yeah,
she's not hitting the ball well yet. I think she's going to get into the groove of things. I think when she gets going, though, at the bottom of the lineup, there will be a much better team. Chris Morris, one of our own, actually our boss. So, Chris, you had a couple of tough pitches to hit. I think once you get it going, too, the team will be better. Please don't fire me. I like my job. And Travis Langford's been hitting well. That's a big bat in the middle of the lineup. That is a big guy, 260, hitting the ball.
I believe their best player, though, is Ty Feaster.
Feaster, Mr. Intramurals himself.
Can do it all.
He's a true five-tool player. I think I'm faster, but we won't get into that.
Okay.
So in basketball, we start playoffs on Tuesday, and it's going to be a hectic, fun environment for our staff.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be tough.
Let's start it out with the top dogs. You guessed it. They're absolutely dominant. There's no other word to describe them other than dominant. If you haven't been 40-pieced by them, consider yourself fortunate. Des Heyman he does some serious work out there. Oh, you didn't know, Pat? You gave me some headache for not giving you a shout out. So your team, yes, is doing very, very well. You guys should have beat the basketball team, but you didn't make a layup at the end. So let's make sure
Make the easy ones.
Make the easy ones. They're free, huh?
Just free.
Put it up there. Make your free throws too. You know, we refed the Goon Squad and the Mafia game. Let's talk about that.
That was a fun one, man.
There was 208 people at that game.
Fun one. Stressful one, but
Stressful
it was
one.
fun. It was fun.
Goon Squad.
I like those games.
They have a lot of good players. Xavier Berry, Killa, which is our own JB. Dominique Haynes. They have Alex. You know, they've got players everywhere. I think once we get into the Final Four, I think you're going to see, this is my pick, you're going to see, you guessed it, you're going to see Oh You Didn't Know, you're going to see Goon Squad, you're going to see the Mafia.
Yep.
And I think from there, you better bring your A game because
Yep.
it's going to be fun.
That's when the best meets the best right there.
And the Mafia. DeMondre Freeman with 29 points in that game.
Crazy.
Dude can shoot.
Dude can ball.
Dude can ball.
Dude
At the
can
end of the day, it's about buckets, and all that dude did was get buckets. Dropping 29 a game like that, he came to play.
Came to play.
It's like I always say in the playoffs, we're going to see who's about that action.
About that action, boss.
So good luck to those guys. If I didn't put you in those top four, I don't think you're worthy yet. Show me something during playoffs so we can talk about it. And Greek. The defending champs, the ATL Gators. These guys can play. They're a very, very balanced team. They can shoot very well. They have a big four. They don't have a big three. They have a big four. They have AP, which is an all-around player. Can shoot, can defend, can rebound. You have the twins in the middle, and they give you a lot of headaches. They rebound a lot. They'll throw some elbows. They're very clean players, but they play hard. Hayward, the shooter, older guy, leadership, like him a lot. He had a tough game last week. I hope he rebounds, and I hope he keeps himself out of trouble, but he's a very dynamic player for them. And Caleb. Caleb's dynamic in every sense of the word. You know, I can't call him Steph because Steph's one of a kind.
I was just about to say, who do you think his play reminds you of on the NBA level?
Maybe a streaky shooter. So give me Jamal Crawford. You know, when Jamal Crawford gets going.
Someone tells me I'm Jamal Crawford. I'm loving the compliment.
Yeah. When he gets going, he is hard to stop. Our delts. Caleb Castor, comrade, leadership guy, and very, very fundamental. He's very, very confident in the way his team plays. I like what he brings to his team. Very vocal. He's not afraid to take a charge. That guy takes a lot of charges.
That's big for a team. What about their spark plug, Michael?
Chica, the three-point specialist. Tell you what, he came into that piped out game and just started lighting it up.
I was actually reffing that game, and he came in, and I felt like it was probably like a 2 or 3 point game at that point. And he took 3 straight 3-pointers, made all 3 of them, flipped the score right over, and momentum changed from there.
And then once the crowd takes over a game and you're feeling it, the basket's twice as wide.
With the crowd there, man, that crowd is what makes the games go right there. Definitely. And
the freshman Hudson, good player. I think he's going to grow with his team as he gets older, but he is a good role player for them. He's a decent shooter. You know, he's not going to wow you, but he's also not going to disappoint you either. Let's talk about Pike. You know, we can't forget about those guys. You know, you got the 2 twin towers in the middle.
You just never know what you're going to expect from them. They tend to maybe play down to their competitor, their team, the opposition's level at times.
Yes and no.
But they do have talent.
I think they should be more dominant than what they are. Yes, but I think the 2 twin towers, Kates and Pat, for Pike to win it all, they're going to have to play at a level that they haven't played yet this season. And that's not their fault. I think they're a little bit different than they were in years past. They are former defending champions.
Yeah. So everyone, they got a target on their back.
Yeah, but they are the heartbeat of their team. Without them going, Pike's not going to win. I think Nick Cates is really going to have to step up, and Pat, and they're going to have to be a definite force, especially on the rebounds. I think sometimes they don't rebound as they should, being both 6'8" or 6'7".
Right.
But who do you see winning it all between those 3 and Greek?
And I mean, it's definitely. I feel like those are the 3 teams that are going to be there when it matters. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna pick a winner, but I'm going to say Delt and Pike in the championship game.
Delt and Pike.
So ATO, if you don't like it, make it happen. Make it happen.
I think ATO will play Delt in the championship, and who wins, I think it'll be a toss-up.
Yeah,
I really don't know either way. I like both sides' pieces. You know, I love that ATO can attack you in many different ways, and they're dynamic, and the way they can stretch the floor. And I love the leadership that Caleb brings to his team. And, you know, when they get going, they're hard to stop. So I like both sides, and I still love Pike. I think Pike needs to get some more support from their bench players, and we'll see how it goes. We also have a couple impact players. Cruz, Jens, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name again. I know we talked about it. I'm sorry. I've just never seen a last name like that before. Nothing I can do about it. I think he's overtaken JB's MVP spot. This guy can really, really, really score from anywhere on the floor. You know, have you ever seen the sharpshooter in 2K? That guy is an absolute sniper.
Is that what he is?
A sniper. He can do whatever he wants with the ball. He can hit from 20, from 30. He can take you to the hole. It doesn't matter what. He's good.
Dangerous player.
Dangerous is a nice word for it.
Nice word.
But yeah, I think, you know, JB's very, very good. I think he's just outside of number one. He's, you know, they're right there neck and neck. But Cruz is playing at a level that I haven't seen somebody play in a while in intramurals. Since probably 2 years ago when you guessed it played, they had a couple guys that were just silly. DeMondre Freeman, obviously, him going off in a big game, that obviously helps his MVP caliber status. Under radar guy, very good player is Pat. Pat's played well for all you didn't know. He will smoke an occasional layup, or he might lose his temper, but he's a very, very good player for them in the middle, and he can do a lot. He can definitely score. A little streaky, but I like him. Women's, the Lady Superstars just had a tough blow. They lost Sarah Vlach.
Sprained ankle.
Sprained ankle.
I talked to her the other day. She said it's going to be about 4 weeks.
It's a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, high ankle sprain.
I still think the Lady Superstars win this division, no problem. I think they win a shirt with not ease, but it won't be too hard for them. Kyle has played well, but I don't think they can match up with the superstars that the Lady Superstars have, no pun intended. And Delta Zeta. DZ's good. Daniel LePissiere is a very, very good player, emotional player, likes to get them going, but I don't think they have what it takes to beat them. And Chance Krantz is averaging 22 a game.
Wow.
So if you're averaging 22 and some teams don't score 20,
yeah,
that's an issue. That is it. That's a headache for some teams.
Yeah. So for the women's, Sigma Kappa Omega is leading the way right now with a 2-0 record. And we got Zeta Tau Alpha, Alpha Chi Omega, and Tridel in basic pitches, all with 1 win. And Delta Zeta and Sigma Phi Lambda with 0-2. It's all right. It's still, you know, we still got a few weeks left of the regular season for y'all to get back up there. For our men's divisions, on Thursdays, TCG is leading the way with the 2-0 record. We have the Woodcocks, the Average Bros, SFA Goats, and Doches Roaches, all with 1 win and 1 loss. The Knack Pack and Sauce. For the men's divisions on Wednesdays, Swamp Donkeys and Balls Deep, interesting name. Both 2-0. Backdoor Sliders, Ice Cold Pitchers, and Wad Squad, all with 1 win.
Where do people come up with these names?
I'm telling you, man, creative. And Agger's sitting at the bottom of that division at 0-3.
Hey, let's get a win this week, guys. It's a big week. Let's get a win.
Still got 2 more weeks. All right, for men's Greek division in softball, Wednesdays, Pike and ATO were leading the way as of right now with a 3-0 record. We got Delta Thai Delta, KA Gold, and Fido, all 3 with 1 win. Pi Kappa Psi sitting at the bottom, 0-3.
Listen, hit the ball or they're not. That's the secret to baseball or softball. That's a secret. I'm giving it to you for free.
And that's about all I got.
Well, I need you to sit up straight.
I need you to sit up straight.
All right, all right, welcome, guys. You know, we have some new faces here. We've got Austin, we've got Caleb, and we got Josh. Josh is one of our most recognized PAs in the night. You guys will see him running around with a gray shirt like he is wearing now, doing work for the crowds. And we have the president of Delt, the Triangles. Good dudes, I like those guys. All right, it's playoff time, guys, and you guys have very different jobs, but they're also similar. Talk to me about, Caleb, what it's like for you to have to get your guys ready to play well and play hard, and what the expectations are for playoffs.
Playoffs, man, it's just give 110%, you know, because you're playing, that could be your last game, you know, until next year. And for some of us seniors, it's our last game in the intramurals period. So, you know, we play weekly, just us, and, you know, when we go, we're trying to go fast, you know, gain speed, stuff like that, gain shots and not just jack up, you know,
Ridiculous threes
or other stupid.
So you got to be organized
fake
going
shots.
into a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys ever run sets?
No, we did last year. This year, it's just get the
Free
ball
ball?
the open guy. Yeah, and it's been working so far.
You know, it seems to be working. You guys are undefeated, so I like the new strategy going in. Free ball it, you know, see what works. And Josh, a lot of people don't know what we do as a staff during nights. Talk to me about being a program assistant, being a PA, what you have to do to get our staff organized and ready. Because you're like the captain of the team, or you're like a coach. You're like the head coach, and you have to facilitate and make sure everybody's on the same page, and we're all working together, and we have communication, and we're all cohesive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, it's all about making sure that everybody that is either working or participating in our sports, that they enjoy that sport, that they're working or playing in. And really, that's our biggest concern as program assistants, is to make sure that it's as enjoyable as possible while within the rules and everything like that. I mean, the night starts off with just trying to get everything organized, set up, and everything like that. And I mean, as would be expected, but once the night gets going, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, and you just have to respond to it. But you just have to, like you said, give 110%. It's the same thing at work. You know, I mean, you have to come into it hoping to really give everybody the experience that they want to have while they're working and while they're participating in our sports. And that's really what it's all about. When you see people out there smiling and enjoying your sports, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. All right, guys. A lot of you guys don't really know what we do in intramural sports. You guys think we just tell you guys to move back off the line, or we're here to get you guys in trouble, which is entirely not the case. Most of y'all know me. I am like the nicest person to deal with. If y'all get in trouble with me, you deserved it. That's the only way I can put it. We're here with Victoria Myers. She is one of our rookie game supervisors. Victoria, tell us what exactly you do during a given night of basketball. If I'm the PA, what are we doing?
We pretty much set up the whole game from the very beginning, and as our job, we just keep track of stats of each player and scoreboard. You know,
So what do you think the hardest thing to do as a game super is?
I would say to deal with probably the players, just because, I mean, we can control ourselves, and keeping track of stats isn't that hard on the scoreboard, but players, we can't control them. They can't control how they lash out. And I mean, it is just a game, even though it is fun, it is competitive.